In my first video, I talked about the SA Calobra climb in Mallorca and how my thought process on that experience has changed from first time really hating it to now really loving it. And I have this desire to see, well, what's the best time I can actually do to climb that Strava segment. And I kind of said, well, yeah, what if I could do it sub 40 minutes? And I thought, well, that would be really an accomplishment for me. I mean, based on my current level of fitness, my current FTP and my age profile, sub 40 would really be excellent. And then the thought process came back to me, okay, yeah, that'd be excellent, but is it realistic? Because I don't want to set up a fantasy that I'm going to fail on. I want to set up a goal I can work towards and enjoy the process of getting there. Because I have no idea on the day I do this climb again what the conditions will be like. I can't control that. But I want to achieve as best I can a great goal. And I need to enjoy getting there because I'm going to spend so much time training for this. I have to enjoy this process. And to some degree, once I do a good time on it, once I know I'm pushing myself and I'm achieving something, I'll be happy with that. But I also want this thought process that I'm going to work towards sub 40. So is it possible? You know, and I didn't know the answer to that, and I still really don't know the answer to that. So I've decided to look up a climb calculator. The one I've used is broler.com. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Now I'm bringing up a screenshot with my data from the very first time, or from my personal best on this climb. And it's showing that I did or would have needed 214 watts or 3.1 watts per kilo. And that is pretty much bang on what my Garmin and Strava data is from my PB of that climb. So I'm relatively confident that the calculator is relatively accurate. So moving on to the next screenshot, I have entered 39 minutes and 59 seconds. And it's now telling me I need to achieve an average watts of 237 and a 3.4 watts per kilo. Now I'm thinking, okay, that, depending on what my FTP is, or will be, or has been, or I don't know, whatever is genetically possible, that's somewhere between maybe a 13% and a 20% increase in FTP. So if I can increase my FTP as much as I can, keep my body weight stable, I can maybe enjoy this and maybe get close to 40 minutes. Now, 13% or 20% increase in FTP is quite substantial. And I'm prepared to put that workload in because I want to still enjoy cycling. I want to enjoy the process. I want to know what I'm doing is achievable. I don't want to set up a fantasy that's going to just backfire. And my feeling of accomplishment will be knowing that I've really, really pushed myself, gone through this process in a balanced format. Because the reasons I cycle aren't just to do my best time up one particular climb. That is just one day in my cycling year. Whereas I'm going to be cycling 4 to 5 days a week between now and I do the attempt. I'm going to enjoy myself. I want to enjoy the process. We need to also talk about the other things I can do that might help me achieve the goal. And I'm just talking about them because they need to be addressed and I don't know how I fully feel about them myself. The first one is drafting up the climb. if I got somebody, a faster rider, to get in front of me and I can follow his wheel or her wheel, it would make the climb and my effort a little bit easier. Is that worthwhile? Yeah. Do I feel bad about doing that? Not really, because if I was a professional athlete and I had a team to help me win a race and they were pulling me up that climb, my effort, my best time up that climb would still stand and nobody would question it if they knew I was drafting. They wouldn't care. I mean, most of the best times that have been done in the Tour de France, the person who's won the stage has been drafting for the majority of the stage anyway. It's not an all-out time trial, so you know, get over that. Could I use something like ketones? Yes, but you know, they're expensive and it's a one-off event. I don't just want to use this one-off artificial, well, it's not artificial, well, they're a natural substance, but I want this to be something I do, not something, well, I did this climb at a great PB because I was on ketones. I've lost that takes away the desire to have to do it using ketones. Could I take paracetamol to block the pain? Yeah, but again, that kind of takes away from the whole achievement. So obviously if I don't even want to take paracetamol, the question of doping is out, because all I'm doing is fooling myself or fooling other people. I'm never going to get the king of the mountain up that climb anyway. I'm never even going to go remotely close to it, so what's the point in doping? When I get to the top and I've achieved my best time, I want to know it was all out. Now, I also realise the conditions on the day will hugely affect the outcome. I can't control the wind, the temperature. I can decide not to do the climb because conditions aren't good. How fresh will I be when I arrive? Doing no big efforts in the day before or a couple of days beforehand? Can I still really enjoy this process? This is all ahead of me and I need to think this all through. I've been putting a lot of consideration into what training plan I will use to help myself achieve a new personal best up the SA Calobra segment. And I'll get back to you in future videos and share with you what I'm doing and show you what my progress is. Now let's have a quick look at my Strava page for the Col d'Ray's SA Calobra climb. And scroll down to my efforts, 5 efforts so far. And the takeaway for me from this video is that I now have to go and, at a minimum, increase my FTP by 13% to have any hope of breaking the 40-minute time barrier. Now, time for me to go and figure out my training plan. And talk to you all again soon. Take care. Bye.